Welcome to another episode of the Cuban Gardener. Today we'll be growing cabbage in containers. This is one of my cabbages. As you see, it's very big. I'm going to cut it from the base. To grow cabbage in 5-gallon containers, we're going to need half a bucket of fresh compost and about a half a bucket of moss or peat moss or coco coir. Peat moss is one of the best mediums for water retention. When growing cabbage, you need a medium that holds a lot of water, and peat moss is one of the best out there. To sum it up, basically you need a half a bucket of peat moss and half a bucket of fresh compost. In this case, I have my own compost and some from the store. You can use whatever you have or whatever you can buy. Now we're gonna use a 5-gallon bucket. You can use anything bigger, but a 5-gallon bucket is perfect for this. You will also need a plastic bowl or reservoir. You can get this at your local dollar store. You will use an organic vegetable fertilizer, some garden lime. Now garden lime is needed because cabbage requires neutral soil. The pH has to be neutral. And peat moss and compost are very acidic in nature. So when you add a little bit of garden lime, it neutralizes it. So you will need this if you're gonna use peat moss. AZOMITE, it's a volcanic rock dust used as a soil additive and fertilizer. AZOMITE contains over 70 trace minerals. And this, it's a water-soluble fish fertilizer from Alaska. Okay, next step, we're gonna mix this up until the compost and the peat moss become one. Okay, next we're going to add a handful of garden lime to neutralize the pH and basically just mix it up again. Next step, we're going to fill the container with the new mixed up soil of compost and peat moss. Make sure it's all the way to the top. Is we're gonna add some vegetable fertilizer. Make sure it's organic, just a handful. handful
of rock dust or AZOMITE. Now we're going to mix this up. Now, once you have everything here in the container, the next thing to do is, obviously, take the cabbage, tap it a few times. Now, cabbage, you can grow it as deep as you want because it's going to send out roots. There you go. Through the stem. I'll just press it a little bit. There's no air pockets. Alright, so here we have it. Now we have two other things left to do. Put in a little bit of water. Should be good. Now, if you were wondering, why is it that I added the rock dust, AZOMITE, and the organic vegetable fertilizer afterwards, and I mixed it up with the soil, is because I like to leave it on the top 5 inches of the container. Okay, why? Because when you keep watering it, all the nutrients and everything else is gonna go under. So I don't want that. I want it to be slow process of feeding it into the roots as it grows. Okay? So that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna finish this thing with this one. Now I'm gonna let this grow for about a month. Okay, so it develops, the root system starts to grow, and after a month, I'll be putting these at the bottom. So, like this, right? So basically, when I water it, everything goes down here, stays here at the reservoir, and the roots, they're just gonna keep sucking water out of here. So I don't have to keep watering it every single day or so, because cabbage sucks a lot of water. That's why the plastic reservoir and the peat moss are very important, because you don't want to keep watering this every single day. Okay? Now, after a month or so, what I'm gonna do is, just to fertilize, I'm gonna use this fish fertilizer. You can get this at Walmart, Lowe's, any other store, or online. Okay? This is a fish fertilizer, and I'm gonna use it every 2 weeks. Okay? So basically about a tablespoon per gallon. Okay? So that should be enough for every 2 weeks. That'll fertilize it, and within 70, 80 days, you'll have giant cabbage in your container. So I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know, and we're here to help each other. Keep on growing.